Hey YouTube, what's going on? Welcome back for another review of something that I honestly was a bit skeptical about in the beginning. Now before we jump into it, I am doing a different method of capturing audio, so if you like this one or the old method with a lavalier mic, please let me know in the comments below, or if it doesn't make a difference to you, then just tell me to shut the fuck up and hurry on with the review. Having said that, without further ado, I bring to you this. This is the Muzzle Brake tuner. This is by a company called Strike Without Warning. Shout out to BJ and crew over there. This has been a product that I know that they put a lot of time and effort into. So we're gonna review it, and we're gonna. I've already shot it a bunch of times per usual, and I'm gonna let you know if their efforts were worth it in my opinion or not. So. First and foremost, what is a muzzle brake tuner? It is exactly what it is. It's a muzzle brake and a barrel tuner in one device, or one muzzle device, right? So this one specifically, it is a self-timing muzzle brake. So very similar to your APAs, your Area 419s, your Insight Heathens, in any of the self-timing brakes out there. You got your brake, you got a locking collar right here, that you, once you spin the brake on, once you spin the brake on, time it up, and then with this tool, now one of the negatives is that it is a proprietary tool, so you can't just use a regular wrench or anything like that. This tool comes with it, and it slides over like so, and it fits right into the teeth right there, and this will fit in your fix-it sticks or anything else similar to that. And once you time the brake up, just torque down the locking collar as such. Okay, cool. Now, this big black beefy part right here, this big collar, is the tuning collar, and that rotates independent of the locking collar for the brake. It has two set screws right now that are tightened down. That's why you don't see it spinning freely on mine. But it has two set screws that tighten down, and it has a notch here. And I'm going to bring the camera in closer so you guys can really see what I'm talking about. It has a notch here that lines up to what were also the teeth for the locking collar. Those are also, or notches, those are also settings for the tuner. Okay, so you've got a notch on the collar, and all the different settings on here. There's 24 settings in total. So let me get you guys a better camera angle for this, and we'll really dive into it. And then as you can see, I've got some targets that I shot here as well, and we will discuss those as well so we can see if this thing really worked or not. Okay? So let me bring that to you guys right now. Okay, now that I've got you guys with a close-up image of the muzzle brake tuner here, these teeth are what this proprietary tool right here snaps onto or locks into. So like such, okay, I'm trying to get a good focus angle, like such, and then it'll just lock up just like any other lock nut on a brake, all right, to time the brake and get it on there. Then this collar, as you can see here, one set screw, another set screw, and a notch. Okay, that notch corresponds with these grooves that you just used, and those are the different settings of the brake. And then these set screws actually will lock down into those notches for a true like anti-slip. It's not gonna like rotate on you while you're using it type of deal, okay? As you can see, this is a 4-port brake with 2 ports at the top. Let's just get this out the way. The actual brake itself, the brake portion, works really, really well, okay? It's, like I say, I'm used to shooting Gen 3 Fat Bastards and Area 419s, Hellfires, and this thing works as good as those. It's definitely up there in terms of just an actual brake. So they did a great job with that. So now that you know how this tuner basically works, the way that I tested, let me give you guys some background here on the way that I tested this thing. I was trying to figure out what barrel I wanted to throw this on and what gun, and I realized that I actually had the perfect candidate. So I consider myself a pretty good hand loader, and I have an AI, an Accuracy International rifle that you guys may have seen me tease a little bit on my Instagram. And it's chambered in 6.5 by 47 Lapua, okay, which is commonly known as a very accurate cartridge in general. And unfortunately, the barrel that I have just won't shoot. It's on its best day with my hand loads that I took a lot of time and effort to try to make. On its best day, it's a half MOA gun. On average though, it's like a 3/4, almost 1 MOA barrel. I mean, it's just not a good shooting barrel. But it's good for practice and, you know, burning out barrels at the range, just to, you know, get some trigger time in there, things like that. So that's why I haven't totally scrapped it. It is not a factory AI barrel. It was third party from a well-respected gunsmith, and I'm not gonna put him out there, but it is what it is. So I figured, well, this on a caliber that's supposed to shoot really good, that doesn't, on a really good rifle, will hopefully, for better or for worse, show the results of what this thing can do. So without further ado, let's get into some targets here. Testing methodology, the way that I tested this so that we know how we did it. This collar, this tuning collar here, as you spin it inwards, it goes in. As you bring it outwards, it comes out. There's a total of 24 settings on this tuner brake, okay? Or brake tuner. And I started with the innermost position. So cranked it all the way in, and that was my first setting. And then I did each setting. So I didn't skip 2 or skip 3 and, you know, go back and forth and, you know, fuck around with my finger up my ass. I said, okay, I'm just gonna put the fucking rounds down range that we need to put in order to figure out if this thing fucking works or not, okay? So I shot groups at every single setting. I'm not gonna bore you guys with 70 some odd rounds of the same fucking thing of me shooting prone. I mean, I'm just not, I think I've earned the right and credibility to tell you guys that I did. I am gonna show you the best targets that really represent what I was trying to get accomplished, and really show you guys whether this thing works or not, okay? So let's jump to the first target, which is this one here. Ignore this, that's actually where the zip tie goes to hold up the board, so that's not even a bullet hole. Very first shoot and see from position number 1 on the brake tuner is this one here. That's pretty good. So already I'm liking the results. I'm like, holy shit, if this barrel shoots just this good, I'm already happy. That's a win. Because this, with that barrel, was not really doable. I mean, once in a while you get lucky and do this, but it's not repeatable, okay? Cool. Yes, before we continue, these are 3-round groups. Every single group is a 3-round group. I did not shoot 5-round groups because if I shot 5, somebody was gonna get on my ass for not shooting 10-round groups. I mean, guys, there's 24 settings here, and I'm just not gonna shoot 240 rounds through the fucking thing because you don't need that many to realize whether this thing works or not, and I'm gonna show you right now, okay? And what kind of difference it makes. 3-round groups are perfectly acceptable for this because you're looking for a flat spot the same way that you guys look for a velocity flat spot when you do load development, okay? You're looking for that flat node of tuner settings where it doesn't really change a whole lot. The same way that you're looking for a velocity flat spot where the velocity doesn't jump a whole lot when you're doing load development, okay? So I changed it 1 setting. This is what I got. Holy fuck. That's a huge difference between these two. Look at that. Okay, this is honestly about what that barrel shoots like with my hand loads. Obviously Lapua Brass 140 ELDMs, H4350, loading on a coax with an auto trickler and Widden full length sizing die and Forster micrometer seeder. So I mean, it's top notch reloading equipment. And again, I reload for 6.5 by 47 on my Curtis, so I'm familiar with reloading for it, and this one always just looks about like this when my Curtis shoots just fucking bug holes, like 1-hole groups. So this is about what it looks like. So I'm like, okay, well, maybe I just stick with this setting because that's really good over this. And this is more or less a baseline of what it would normally look like with like just a regular Gen 3 Fat Bastard brake or Area 419 brake. That's pretty much what the groups usually look like. But the testing must continue. So now we move on to this group. Holy fuck, that's bad. And that's just the difference between first setting, second setting, third setting. Jesus Christ. This is bad. Like, okay, cool, you center punched one, and cool, these two are touching each other, but the fact that they're this far apart is fucking terrible. I mean, that's just god awful. So we don't like this. We don't like that setting at all, okay? We really don't. Now, we move on to the next setting. Just get that out the way. Ba-bam! Okay, cool, now we're looking good. Now we are looking good. We like this. You only see 2 holes, but that's 3 bullets. So, bam, between settings 3 and 4, yeah, we like that right there. Okay, we like that improvement. But the testing must continue, and again, same way that you do load development, you don't just load to one very small, narrow window of velocity. You try to find a flat spot where it's a wide flat spot. So, we like this here. Okay, so let me flip around the board here, and what's the best way to illustrate this? Okay, boom. So next set of targets. Again, this is where the zip tie was. It's not even a bullet hole. Okay, next setting. We like this right here. That's another 3-round group with basically 2 holes. So we like that a lot. So okay, now we're getting somewhere. Then we move to this group. Okay, we like this group a lot. That's also another 2-hole, 3-round group. I mean, now we're starting to see, holy shit, this thing is working, okay? And I'm just turning settings. Then we go to this group, and we like this a lot as well. It's another, basically, 2-hole, 3-round group. But then we turn it to another setting, and damn, now we're upside down again. Now we're in the shit, because this is bad. We don't like this. This is bad. But what you can see is there's a nice flat spot across these 3 settings right here. There's a nice flat spot, very similar to a velocity node, where this thing just fucking works, right? It took a barrel that shoots like this and turns it into this. Right there with those 3. I'm trying to get all 3 in the frame here. Turns it into that. Now we fucking like that. But the testing must continue. Okay, cool. So, next up. We shoot this group. We like this group a lot. That is another 2-hole, 3-round group. Like, damn. Okay, now we're putting in work. Hell yeah, brother. Let's get it. Move to the next setting. We like that. That's pretty good. That's 3 touching. That's very, very, very acceptable. Super acceptable. We like that. Okay. Now we move to the next group. Bam. That is another 2-hole, 3-round group. There's 2 in this hole right here. Okay. And then this one. So that's literally 2 on top of each other. And then this one. Now, yes, the distance is kind of far, but this is still not bad. And once again, we see another flat spot where it's pretty fucking accurate right in this flat spot here. So that's another 3 settings of flat node, because then we go to another setting past this one setting, and bam, now we're back up to open as shit. All right, this thing is like a fucking 7-Eleven, okay? Open 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. Like, what in the flying fuck is this? Okay? Yeah, I know it. I know it. Holy grocery stores, Batman. This thing is massive. We no bueno. No likey. We no likey this, all right? So, flat spot here. Flip this target around. Flat spot here on these, okay? And even here on the very first few settings, you can see a massive difference between these 2 and these two, and these are all just one setting apart. So you can even see like between these two, there's a huge difference, okay? We like this one. This one's about average, so not a huge difference of what the barrel kind of normally shoots like. This one is definitely worse. And then we have this here, which is the start of something very promising, okay? So again, I'm not gonna bore you guys with 70 something odd rounds of whatever. This is already 1, 2, 4, this is 12 shooting C's already, times 3, you know, each. So let you guys do the math, I'm bad at math. But then I went on to shoot more, and it just kind of looked about average from there, to be honest. So I definitely found my flat spots in here of where it works and where it goes. Okay, right in here. And then the other flat spot that I showed you guys when I flipped this board around, okay, here, here, and here, okay? And that's what I did. So, guys, does this actually work? Fuck yeah, it does. Honestly, this thing super impressed me, and you know, you can ask other people that I've talked to. Honestly, and you know, BJ, when you watch this, I'm gonna be very honest with you. I was pretty skeptical of how much of a difference it could really make on a gun that shoots well. And even when I threw it on my 25 Creed, which I shot in a night match, so I don't obviously have any footage from that, it fucking hammered with my 25 Creed as well. Turned it into really fucking like one whole gun. And so shout out to you guys, man. You guys made a great product that actually works. But per usual, everybody knows in my reviews, I always also talk about some of my dislikes of certain products, for better or for worse. And so there's a couple. These are just more nitpicky than anything, because honestly, I think it's really well done. And yes, I will continue to use this on my guns. So if you ever see me at a match and you have some questions about it, or you see this thing on my rifle, that's what it is. It's the Muzzle Brake Tuner by Strike Without Warning. So, couple things. One, the weight. This thing is beefy and heavy. I mean, it looks heavy, it is heavy. On my race gun, that's fine, I don't mind. But I wanted to run this on my NRL Hunter gun as well, and unfortunately it's just too heavy for that. It ends up being a little bit over 11 ounces, if I remember correctly, and unfortunately I didn't have 11 ounces to spare on my NRL Hunter gun, so I couldn't run it on that. Now, I have talked to BJ about that, and he said he would consider looking into making a titanium version to try to cut some of the weight out, and if he could, that would be super awesome. So we'll see. I definitely think that's an idea to explore, because I do think that the NRL Hunter series, not to go off on a tangent, but I do think that it's gonna really take off, and a lot of people are gonna enjoy it. So a lightweight option of this would be great. The other thing that I don't like, and I kind of mentioned it at the beginning of this review, is this proprietary tool, okay, that you have to use for the locking collar to actually lock down the brake portion of this. I don't like that, only because, so I'm used to using like APAs and Area 419s where you can just use a standard wrench to tighten or loosen them. And we've all seen guys at matches, eventually, like somebody's brake comes loose. Well, it's really easy to find a wrench from somebody, right? Finding one of these things, no one's gonna have one of these because it's a proprietary tool. So unless somebody has one of these, they're not gonna have one of these. So I would love to see if there was a way to, for them to like machine some flats in here somewhere in order to be able to use just a regular common wrench. Otherwise, and I don't know if that's possible or not within the design of this, but I'd love to see that on like a Gen 2 version. Otherwise, I guess just buy a bunch of these because they fit with your fix-it sticks. So just buy a bunch of these keys and keep them, you know, in your wallet, keep them in your range bag, keep them with your batteries, you know, keep them in your drawer with your with your home defense pistol. I don't know, keep it everywhere, man, because you don't want to be stuck without one if this thing comes loose or if you need to take it off for whatever reason. So I'm never a huge fan of like proprietary equipment. Let's just say that. But nitpicky anyway, nonetheless. And my third dislike, and this isn't really a dislike, but something that I want people to realize, because I know that some people are going to comment about it saying, oh, no fucking way, is the price point. $350, I believe. And people are going to be like, whoa, $350 for a muzzle device. What the fuck? No way. I got to put that on, 4 or 5 rifles or whatever the case is. Yeah, I understand. That is a lot of money at first. But what you got to consider is the fact that this is a muzzle brake and a tuner in one device. So let's say you take a, top tier muzzle brake, just a standard muzzle brake, like a Gen 3 Fat Bastard, Area 419, Inside Arms Heathen, any of those, right? So you take the price of that and you add a separate tuner from a different company that only makes a tuner, like the ATS tuner or the Eric Cortina tuner, etc. Once you combine the price of both of those, it's going to come out to approximately this, if not more, right? So once you consider the fact that you're getting a brake and a tuner in one device that comes on and off together, then the value starts to become a lot more easy to understand and a lot more easy to accept. And we like that. We like value. We don't want to just mindlessly spend money around here. But I want people to realize that before they go and bash in the comments, oh, $350 is so fucking expensive for a muzzle device, this and that. If this was just a muzzle brake, yeah, absolutely. If it was just a tuner, fuck yeah, that's way too much money for just a tuner. But being that it's both devices in one, I definitely think that it's a very fair price point for what it is. So those are going to be, honestly, my 3 main dislikes about it. This fits over your existing threads, 5/8 by 24. So you just thread it on like a normal muzzle brake. You don't lose any threads and things like that. Who do I think this is for? Okay, if you shoot factory ammo, fuck yeah. This will help you immensely. I've never noticed any difference in all my testing with like SDs and ESs. I never noticed a difference in that with this, but just pure group size. So if you shoot factory ammo, that would be great. Another reason why I brought up the NRL Hunter series, a pretty decent amount of guys are shooting factory ammo in that series. And so this would be something really good for that. 22 guys. Okay, I know that like a Voodoo and other things like that aren't threaded 5/8 by 24 for something like this. Trust me, made the fatal mistake of trying to throw this on a Voodoo without realizing, holy shit, I'm an idiot. It's not the same thread pitch, not even close. But if you have something like a Rimex or something like that where you can throw a custom barrel on there and you get it, you get a nice little fat pipe and you throw it to be threaded for a 5/8 by 24, you throw this on there and dude, because nobody hand loads for a 22, right? Everybody's shooting factory ammo, so to be able to tune that, especially in times like these, where I know a lot of guys that try to buy lot to lot as much as they can with 22, but in a pinch, they have to go to a different brand or a different lot, things like that, and you can tune it out with something like this, and it really fucking works, guys. It really works. So factory ammo centerfire, 22 guys, and honestly, even hand loaders, as I showed you here, if you just want to squeeze that extra amount of accuracy out of your rifle, this is going to do it. I think, honestly, just about anybody can use this. Honestly, it works really well. Like I said, the brake itself works very well. I'm normally shooting APAs and Area 419s, and this works just as good as those. Okay, so there's no downgrade in the actual muzzle brake performance, plus you get a tuner on top of that. Other than that, guys, I think that's about it, man. Hopefully I answered a lot of your guys' questions, and hopefully the test results that I provided with you guys showed... by the way, all these targets were at 100 yards because that's where we like to test things to really show the capabilities of the device, not any impact from wind or anything like that. So hopefully these test targets were enough to convince you guys. If you guys, for whatever reason, need more proof or want an update or things like that, please leave it in the comment section below and I'll see what I can do. I do have a lot of things to test and review as well that are on the table. So, you know, I try to get through as much as I can, but being that obviously this is not a primary source of income for me, I have to do it in what free time I can find. So I hope you guys appreciate it. And if you do, please subscribe, because that really helps the channel out so that we can get the information out to people as much as possible. And please, 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 guys, leave comments, questions, concerns, anything like that down in the comment section, and I try to answer them as efficiently as I can and hopefully provide you guys with some information. So thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. This looks like it's the first video of the new setup here that I got going on. Hopefully it's a little bit better, more engaging face-to-face than just a standard overhead tabletop. And we'll try to ramp up the things production value-wise as time goes on with more and more videos. But anyway, appreciate you guys watching. Thank you, thank you, thank you, as always. And if you guys ever see me at a match, man, please feel free to, you know, say what's up and ask me any questions about any of the products you've seen me review on this channel. I super appreciate it. Once again, man, have a good one. Stay safe and stay shooting.